In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to apply textures in Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo. So I have a logo template in here and I have my layers panel open, and you can see that the different parts of the logo template are all in separate layers here. And what I want to do is let's just have our top objects highlighted there, and let's go File, Place. And I'm going to place in one of the plastisol textures, and make sure to use the PNG. These are transparent PNG files. You don't want to use the bitmaps because they are not transparent automatically in Affinity Designer. So use the PNG files, and I'll just select plastisol 1 and click open, and I'll click to place it in there. And you'll see that it covers our design. All we need to do, and actually I want to drag this plastisol texture above everything. So what we need to do is just turn this to the erase color mode. And the other thing that's very important, let me put in a background color. So if you were going to save this out for direct-to-garment printing or screen printing or something like that, you could just send the file out like this. Because the background will be transparent. But if I let me put a new layer in here behind everything, and if I put, say, a vector square or rectangle of color, you'll see that this texture appears white, and it's actually not white overlaid on top of the design. It's actually knocking transparency all the way through that design. So what I'm going to do is let's just select everything except the background. So we have everything highlighted, including the texture, and just hit Command or Control G to group them. Now that texture is knocking transparency just through everything in that group and not the layer below that group. So, if I change this color to, say, a gray, you can see that transparency is going through the design. This also works for vector textures. So let me go in here and I'll delete that plastisol texture. And what I'll do is I'll place a vector texture. And I got one on my desktop here from the vector textures collection. And I'll just click open, and works exactly the same way. We do have to scale this one up. And you know what I might do? I might just turn it on its side like that. And you'll see that the texture looks black. It's not transparent. What we need to do is turn it to the erase mode. And then again, let's click on this little arrow to expand that group. And we're just going to drag it to the top of this group, and you'll see that transparency is again knocking through our design.